All right, today we're jumping into something pretty wild. It's a story that brings together an AI version of Donald Trump, a meme from SpongeBob, and a three-word message that just might signal a whole new way countries are duking it out. So let's dive right in.
Okay, so shut up, Trump. I mean, on its own, it's just, well, it's rude, right? But when you see it in the context of global politics, those three words, delivered in a really specific way, suddenly become this bizarre, kind of surreal new battleground. So you've got to be asking, what on earth is the story here?
Well, that quote is actually the punchline of this little 45-second animated video. And this thing just went viral, blew up online, especially over in Iran. But here's the thing. This wasn't just some random person making an animation in their basement. Nope. This was a piece of AI-generated satire. And its target? Well, it was a former US president.
Okay, so let's break down what actually happens in this clip, because it's something else. First, you see these AI-generated versions of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, and they're just sitting there at a negotiation table looking super impatient. And to really drive home how long they've supposedly been waiting for Iran's team, the video just cuts to that classic SpongeBob meme, you know, the one 2,000 years later. So the AI Trump character, he starts losing his temper, right? Starts threatening to bomb Iran, and then, suddenly, an aide rushes in and hands him a note.
And yeah, you guessed it. The note has that message. It's so simple, so blunt. It's designed to have the biggest possible impact. I mean, this is a clear shot, right? An attempt to frame the former president not as this powerful, in-charge leader, but as someone who can be totally shut down, silenced, with just a few words. So, after he reads the note, the AI Trump character just kind of reluctantly announces he's extending a ceasefire. But it makes a point to say it's at Pakistan's request before he storms off. The whole thing is obviously political satire. But honestly, the real kicker here isn't what's in the video. It's who posted it. That's where this story gets really interesting.
Right, so this is probably the most surprising part of this entire thing. You have to wonder who's behind this. Who would create such a pointed, almost official-looking piece of online trolling?
Your first guess might be, I don't know, some anonymous internet troll, right? Or maybe a late-night comedy show, but the answer is way more significant than that, and it really points to this massive shift in how countries are talking to each other and about each other on the world stage.
So get this. This wasn't posted by some random account with 10 followers. It was shared by the official X account, you know, formerly Twitter, for the Iranian consulate in Hyderabad, India. And that changes everything. It takes it from just being a dumb internet joke and turns it into a calculated act of state-sanctioned mockery.
And they weren't even trying to be subtle about it. The caption literally said, "How was the ceasefire extended? The video is getting viral in Iran." So they're not just sharing it, they're basically winking at the camera saying, yeah, we did this and it's working. This is straight up trolling as a diplomatic tool, all happening right out in the open for everyone to see.
Okay, but to really understand why this satire has so much sting, we gotta look at the real-world situation it was making fun of. So let's separate the meme from what was actually going on with the official statements. And this is really the heart of it. The video's version is this. You've got a grumpy, petulant Trump being forced to do something he doesn't want to. But the official US line was totally different. It was framed as a smart, strategic move to give Iran more time to come to the table. So the meme is a direct attack on that official story, trying to replace it with a narrative of weakness.
But, and this is where it gets even more layered, while one arm of the Iranian government is out here posting memes, their official diplomats are saying something completely different. They're telling a much more serious, much more, well, conventional story.
I mean, check this out. The official word from Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson, a guy named Ismail Baghai, was an accusation that the US showed a lack of good faith. Now that is the language of serious, high-stakes diplomacy. It's a world away from the, bluntness of shut up Trump. So what we're really looking at here is a kind of two-pronged attack. On the official side, Iran is saying they're not sure about more talks, and they're accusing the US of negotiating in bad faith. But then unofficially, through a consulate social media, they're running this very public campaign of ridicule. It's this fascinating mix of formal diplomatic pressure and informal public shaming. Look, this whole incident isn't just some weird online fight. It's actually a perfect case study for what's happening in international relations right now. This is what it looks like when serious statecraft smashes head-on into internet meme culture.
And that brings up a massive question, right? How are you supposed to have serious negotiations when the other party is also trolling you on social media with SpongeBob memes? It just completely blurs the lines. It totally changes the rules of the game.
So, yeah, welcome to the age of meme warfare. This is the new reality we're living in. It's about using humor, satire, and viral videos as a kind of weapon in these global conflicts. The goal is to shape what people think and to put psychological pressure on your opponents, all without firing a single actual shot.
So, what should we take away from all this? Well, a few big things. First, actual government bodies are getting into the trolling game. Second, memes and satire are being used as legitimate tools for diplomatic messaging. And maybe the most important takeaway is this. We're seeing a huge split forming between the formal, behind-the-scenes talk of diplomacy and the messy, chaotic, public stuff that plays out online for everyone.
And that leaves us with one last, kind of provocative thought to chew on. As social media becomes more and more central to, well, everything, is this what diplomacy is now? Just a strange, chaotic mix of serious backroom deals and viral, satirical videos? Is this the new normal?